Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So, today for supper, well before I start that, if you could please like, share, subscribe, comment, and if you're interested in the cookbook, it's in a link below. So, tonight I'm going to make a Stromboli, and I'm cooking it a little bit early, not too much, but I'm not sure what time Tom will be home because he has to go to the chiropractor today too. And so I thought, this is something that can definitely be warmed up because he'll warm it up at work tomorrow too. So before I get started, I want to add mushrooms to mine. And I was really impressed with my shopper at Kroger because they bought me the reduced ones, $1.10. I was like, finally, somebody that cares about what you spend. I have to have Tom check and see how many mushrooms I still have downstairs because our local market, Apple Market, has mushrooms for $1.19 this week. So I'll see how many I still have canned up. So maybe if I don't have that many, maybe I'll can some mushrooms this weekend. Alright, so it doesn't call for this. I'm not going off a recipe. I've just watched a few videos and whatever, and I'm going to do me, okay? So that's just how it is. If you do it differently, that's great. But I'm going to use a little bit of flour on the bottom here, just so that I can kind of play with it and not have it stick to everything. And I didn't need that much flour. Let's take some off of there. Oh, we can put it right in this thing here. Because I just want it to not stick, not to build the whole thing with flour. Tom will love it. I just got all over his clean floor. I just have to cause more work for him. That's just how it is. Not really. I don't do that on purpose, but anyway. Alright, so now I have a pizza crust that I bought down at Bronson. I was hoping to get down there this week on one of Tom's days off because we haven't gotten to see the new store yet. But I don't know what they're doing with his part yet. If they have to order it or what day he'll actually be able to do it. Alright, so we've got the pizza here. Let me stir my mushrooms. You don't have to saute your mushrooms first either if you put them on there. I just thought it would be better and not crunchy or anything like that. So we want to work that dough out so that it kind of fits this tray. I think they had these two for $3 or something like that. I don't remember. But it wasn't bad, so I grabbed a couple. Because sometimes I grab stuff, not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I end up using it. These actually were good until, I think it said September on them. Those ends sure don't want to spread out much though, do they? But that's alright. We'll still make it work. We'll fix those little pieces. I had to come home and take a nap today. I got up at 1. And the grandkids were here at 3. And they'll be here tomorrow at 3. Well, I'll tell you, I got home and I was tired. I'm going to break off a little piece right there and put it right there. Awesome. Now, how I like to say that I like to use up stuff that I already have at home. So, if you remember right, I had some pizza sauce I used the other day. So we're going to use pizza sauce on this. I'm going to take it out mostly to the end here. It doesn't have to be. But that way it can be saucy. If you want to use a pasta sauce or something instead, go for it. And I'm going to do just a little bit of cheese on the bottom, not a whole lot, because I'm going to put cheese on it later. And I'm using mozzarella. Alright, so the first thing I want is some ham on there. The mushrooms are just about close to getting done. But that'll be one of the last things that I put on there, so. Alright. And I'm just going to use slices of ham, not folding them up or nothing else. We're just going to use slices. This one I'm trying to make into like an Italian. So we'll see how it turns out. I don't want to go all the way to the edges with this one. Some showed they did just the middles. Some showed that they did, you know, all the way to the end. So we're going to do us, whatever happens there. And hopefully it works out. These mushrooms look beautiful. But I love mushrooms, so, you know. This is roast beef. They gave me the wrong thing. I ordered, I can't think of the name of it, but they gave me roast beef. Well, that's not quite an Italian, but you know what? Salami is what I ordered. But you know what? That's alright. We'll make the best of it. Won't be quite the Italian that I expected, but that's okay. Get lemons, we'll make lemonade, right? I should have checked it when it got here, and I didn't. But that's alright. We can always make it work, whatever it is. We'll call it Beefy Italian. How about that? Not quite what I thought, but that's okay. I thought, well, if I don't use this, then there isn't going to be that much meat on it. So that's what we'll call it, Beefy Italian. And you'll know why it's called that. So, the next thing we're going to do is use pepperoni. And I did forget to take this out of the freezer, but it's mostly thawed out. I tell you, you know, we take stuff out of the freezer and thaw it out in the refrigerator. Because I really don't like to thaw stuff out on the countertop. But my refrigerator, you guys, keeps everything so cold. It, like, hard to thaw it out in the freezer or refrigerator. But I don't like having meat out on the counter or in the sink. Oh. That's something else I'm running low on is pepperoni. So when we go down there, I need to see if they have any pepperoni. They're not running any sale ads right now because everything's not completely set up. They're calling it a soft opening. And like right now, they can't take, for people that use the EBT cards, they can't take those yet because it has to be approved for that site. Yeah, so, but we usually use cash or my debit card, so that'll be all right. And then we're going to spread those mushrooms out over top. See, I think they look prettier since they've been sauteed a little bit than they would have had they been just put on there cold. Now this is when we're going to do our cheese. I'm really nervous about rolling this, but we'll figure it out. What's the worst thing I do? Mess it up? If we do that, we'll just turn it into a pizza. How's that? Alright, so let's see how this works. Alright. I'm a little nervous here. That's one reason I wanted to put the flour on the bottom. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to kind of tuck the bottom underneath, just like so. And there's a few holes in there, but that's all right. You know what? Live and learn, and we'll make it better next time. So now we're going to put it in that 350 oven. Whoops. I might want to pinch this over here, huh? I've only made these twice, I think. And I didn't make them with this either, so. Alright, let's see how it turns out, I guess. The more I play with it, the worse I'm going to make it. Oh, and then you got to put a few cuts in there so it doesn't just like kind of blow up inside, they said. But now you got enough little holes in there, it should be fine. Now I'm going to set my oven for 20 minutes and I'll check it. I want it to get nice and brown, a little bit crispy, not too crispy, but we'll see how it turns out since there was little holes in there. What are you going to do? Alright, so it didn't turn out so pretty. So I went on my Kroger order. I did order the right stuff. They sent me the wrong stuff, so they gave me my money back. And then I just looked in the freezer for something for tomorrow, and I had some in my freezer. You guys, I'm telling you, sometimes we don't keep track of what we got in our freezer, and then we order more or buy more, whatever, and yeah, that's the thing. So it's not real beautiful, but I guarantee you it's still going to be amazingly tasty. So now we're going to finish it up, though. We are going to use butter and brush the entire thing with butter. If you prefer egg wash, I suppose you could do that too. But I prefer butter. I just think it has a better taste to it. I love eggs, just not raw ones. Look at that. That made it prettier already. All right. Then we're going to put some Parmesan cheese on it. Like so. And then we're going to put some Italian seasoning. Over top that. Tom got a hold of the people, the part store that he gets all of his furnaces from. He's going to have to call his buddy back over to take a picture, and they're going to just make it so he has to replace the entire compressor. Yeah. So there'll be one day he'll not be able to go anywhere for sure. All right, so there we go. When Tom gets home, we'll give it a taste. There should be enough for dinner and for lunch for him tomorrow. It is a lot cheaper to cook for two, by the way. So I'll be back when he gets home, and we'll give it a taste. Ah, you took a bite before I even got the camera on. It's not the prettiest. What do you think?
Good.
Doesn't always have to turn out pretty to be good, does it?
No. No.
I gotta order more beef, though, because I forgot we're gonna do a beef thing. Oops. That's alright. We'll get her done.
Yeah.
So you and your buddy gonna go over and take pictures of that?
Yeah.
And I'll get them emailed over so they can get the part for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you'll get it done this weekend.
Nope.
Friday?
Nope.
Let's hope so. Alright. So you guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.